Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. Today's episode is a fabric haul. There's also some sequins.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So last episode, I had grand plans for filming all the rest of my jackets, all my collections videos, but then I got distracted by beading this. And look, the sleeves are beaded. So yeah, all the base layer was done, and then all the canopy layer is done on the whole of the jacket. Now I just have to do the chandelier beads, which is going to take a lot more time. So that video isn't ready to go. But luckily, I bought a few fabrics at the sales, at the end of year sales. And some sequins. So let's have this is me showing you the brown jackets are still on the rack, waiting to be filmed. They can wait just a little longer. So, as part of that brown one though, I got out the brown sequin fabric and I got out these beads here because, I was originally going to put there's brown, orange and different purples and magenta. I was going to put them on this brown sequin fabric once I made a jacket out of it. But if you saw the last fabric haul, this was one of the fabrics. And I happen to have this out because I'm filming the magenta jackets. And I think I like this fabric with those beads. So I'll have to find something else to bead onto the brown sequin jacket. I'll actually have to make it up into a jacket first. But I think I'm going to sort of hang down all the beads. Anyway, I've got grand plans for it. I have to finish this relatively boring, but still fabulous, grey beaded jacket first before I can do the brightly coloured one. But before I do all that, let's just get this episode done. So it is a fabric haul. First up, we have this fabric is hilarious. So it's gold foil. Foil is just a way of saying it's a really, really thin fabric, and it's on like a mesh base, and they're sort of sealed together with heat and glue. I bought enough to make a jacket. I'm going to use Barter 6123. This is another jacket, tweed jacket, made out of that particular pattern. It's a simple Chanel style jacket, so it looks sort of like a Chanel jacket, but it's dolman sleeve, which means you don't have to sew the sleeves onto the jacket. You cut them out that way. So it is a bit more awkward and difficult to cut out the jacket pieces because they're so giant and awkward. But it does mean that once they're done, you don't have to set the sleeves. And this is from the fabric store visit video that I made at the end of December. I actually saw this fabric then and I was like, I liked it, but it was still at full price, I think. And then, I wasn't going to buy anything in the sales at the end of the year because I already have enough fabric. But I was like, I'll just look. Famous last words. And there were a couple of things that were like 75% off. And I was like, that is ridiculous. So yes, I bought a couple of things. This is a quilting cotton and it has, actually I'll show you another one first because this is going to be a dress. This is another quilting cotton and I can see why it was on sale, reduced price, because like it's little scales, mermaid scales or whatever, but the heart is one way and you expect the scales to be like they look upside down to me. So if you can either have the hearts the correct way up, or you can turn it around and the scales can be the correct way up, or feathers, whatever you want to call them. And then the heart is upside down. So I totally understand why it was on sale because it is a little bit frustrating. But I used to have this 1960s like vintage dress in beige and it was just cute and weird and quirky and one of a kind. And when I saw this fabric, it's kind of got the same vibe to it. So I'm going to make a simple dress out of this. Probably that adorable McCall's dress pattern. I love the bodice from that. And then just the skirt I'll make. Or I could use that Simplicity keyhole blouse. You sort of cut it off at the waist and then just add a pleated skirt to it. I've got loads of new subscribers. Thank you and welcome. So you may just know that I do jackets, but I also make dresses. The last year I've been making these epic layer cake dresses with like a bunch of different fabrics in them, and they're so much fun. But if you go to the community tab of my page, you'll see a breakdown of what you need for each of the fabrics and that. But with this one here, this beige fabric with little hearts on it, I will just make a plain dress because I just want a simple one. And then I could wear it with this jacket that I'm going to make out of this quilting cotton that has roosters on it. It is hilarious. I saw it and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to get that. So it's got sort of chicken wire bits in the greyish background, and I just love that it's grey and beige, and it's like so boring, the colours, but it's also got some teal in there, and I've got some gorgeous transparent teal beads. I also have some beads that are going to be left over from this floral jacket that I'm making, so I've got out some of the beads. So these are some of the cut glass ones that are going to be, there's going to be some of those leftovers, and there's these transparent seed beads. I could do the sort of stringy hang down bits between each of the roosters, or I could just do it around the neckline and the bottom. So I don't know. Yeah, I love the idea of a quilting cotton with farm animals and then using really expensive cut glass beads in between. But as I said, I also really like the teal, and I could mix these greyish ones with teal flecks through them with my actual teal beads, and that might be pretty amazing. But also there's red in there, and what I loved about it was the grey and beige though, so those are probably the colours I will focus on. Anyway, so I'm going to turn that one into a jacket and potentially wear it with my beige dress with the hearts on it. And then next we have one more quilting cotton. I wasn't sure if they had a couple of colours that weren't on sale and then a couple of colours that were reduced. And yeah, I wasn't sure about the yellow because I already have a few yellow fabrics that I haven't made up yet. But I do have those yellow flower sequins and I have quite a lot of yellow beads. So I was like, oh, I'll get it. And it's only a yard of fabric anyway. So I'm going to make a small jacket out of it. And yeah, because it's check, I'm going to put one bead or sequin in each square. Well, that's my idea. When I look at it, it's actually quite a cute fabric. So I'll make it up into a jacket and we'll see where we go from there. So I was thinking that standard simplicity short kimono sleeve or shortish sleeve jacket, but I also have this 1950s bolero jacket, so longer sleeves, but very cropped. So we will see one or the other. And I've got loads of yellow beads, so it'll be good to use them up. Okay, so we have one more fabric, which is a lace, and then I also bought some sequins. So this lace, it's machine embroidery, so they obviously had a stabilizer, and then once it was machine made, the stabilizer was removed. So it's just all these different flowers, and it's it's sort of spidery and shadowy, and I really like it. It is going to have a backing fabric. And I mean, you could just do this and netting and then bead them together. That would be pretty amazing. But I like the vibrant fabric underneath. So this is a Liberty cotton, and I think I'll use that for something else. And this is a sage colored cotton, which is also really pretty, but I like the vibrant color underneath. It sort of helps you see each of the flowers, in my opinion. So they also had this in cream, but I don't know, I like the black. And I've got this metallic green fabric, which is so vibrant. It's like full on Kelly green or emerald, really beautiful emerald green. So I might find that. And like this fabric is beautiful by itself. So I think I just want to make a jacket out of that as it is. And then, yeah, the green, and because I've got loads of green beads. And I really, really want a jacket that's just full on emerald. So, yeah, I think that might be the ticket. Green metallic underlay, black lace, and then green beads, green emerald beads on top. That would be beautiful. Okay, so that was all the fabrics. And then lastly, I bought 2 packets of the sequins. Again, if you saw the fabric store visit, I pointed out these ones and I ended up buying some. So yes, I'm going to finish the jacket I'm working on first, but then I will, I decided to take them out of their packets. This is the problem. Whenever I buy beads or sequins, they look so much better when you take them out of the packet. So, but yeah, it creates an absolute mess, and then you have to get another packet to put them in. So I've got these sandwich Ziploc bags, but before I do that, I will compare, see what they look like beside each of the fabrics. So here we go. I got out more fabrics. So this is the brown. It sort of makes it look pinkier and browner, sort of more mushroom if you use there. Doesn't it look really mushroom if you use these sort of orangey gold sequin on it? And here, I don't know if I like the 2 different types of golds working together. I think I'll just use gold beads on this one. Although those iridescent ones, they're sort of transparent but also iridescent, they do look good on it. And I know I'm going to make a dress out of this, but I just wanted to see what it looks like with the beige, because I've got a few beige tweeds. And yeah, they do look cute. So I ended up getting out all 3. They look good. I like the transparent ones. That's interesting. So, and I could mix the grey cut glass beads and seed beads with the iridescent. It would just sort of make it more interesting. I don't know. I don't think the silver or the gold go particularly well. Oh, I suppose if you used all 3 in like over the whole thing, that would be interesting in a way. But I think the cut glass beads looked better. Anyway, I'll make it up into a jacket, because sometimes you have a really good idea and then you actually make the fabric up into a jacket, and it looks different than you thought it would. Anyway, so I've put away the fabrics and I've put these into 3 neat piles. This is just a really unusual gold colour. It's sort of orange, but sort of not. It's one of those ones where you keep it for a long, long time and you're never sure if you're going to use it, but then you find the perfect match for it. I have that jacket. It's Marc Jacobs tweed in metallics, and it's sort of orange and brown and silver and blue. It's very weird. I think they might be perfect for that. Anyway, that is it for this. Oh, speaking of, these teal glass beads are some of the oldest beads in my collection, simply because I've never found a way to use them. And see the teal feathers in the tails? I think in combination with the grey ones that have the flecks of teal in there. Is that too random? I don't know. Well, I definitely have to make up the jacket, but I mean, it has potential. Anyway, that is really it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to rummage through your fabric stash and get out some of the quirkier, odder fabrics and find a way to use them to make yourself a very unique garment. Oh, this snakeskin one is... So these are all going to be a challenge. I think that's what I like about them. And this one, I can't remember I put that green metallic fabric. They are going to look fabulous together. Anyway, thanks again for watching and happy sewing.